Women weaponize their traumas a lot. And it's part of how they gain control. If she brings up her past and talks about because of her past, she can't hold any accountability, the relationship's over. If she owns up to the fact that she's taking accountability for how that relationship has affected her, then the relationship can work. But the second people start weaponizing their traumas is the second people no longer free themselves from their traumas in a relationship, meaning they can't be in relationships. So there's something very interesting here. Men do it too, but it's a different kind of way. It's more protective, more avoidant. A lot of the time women will go, you have to understand, I've been in this relationship. And most men will go, baby, I totally get it. You can totally cheat on me. I get it. Right? Like, you see, it's disrespecting yourself. And that's a weaponization of trauma. It's inherently a narcissistic thing to do, which is to utilize compassion, to get them to give you compassion for the fact that you have no accountability for your wrongdoings. So the whole point is that you get somebody to have accountability for their wrongdoings and owning up to those things and gaining a relationship with why those things happen to them. So this is something that's pretty interesting here. In relationships, when somebody is weaponizing their trauma, you have to start identifying if this was a first time or a second time. If they did it their first time and you called them out, they're like, holy shit, you're right. I'm bringing up their past. And that's why I'm getting the past in the present. It's inherently what weaponizing trauma is. Then you go, okay, I'm glad you realized that. Set a boundary. That doesn't get to happen again. Do you understand that? Discover that for yourself and come back to this. And let's go back to the dance.
Interesting.
Because just honestly, not even in my own life. Oh, I've had people hurt me before, so I've completely emotionally shut down and I'm unavailable in every way possible. So what you're telling me is that you haven't done any of the internal work with your previous relationship and you're coming into a new one expecting it to be any different?
Yes.
That is very destructive. As much as I think you're hot, as much as I love you, goodbye. Because if you want to have a relationship with somebody that cares about themselves, you need to care about yourself. What does it mean to care about yourself? Look at the records. How much of those records have you integrated? How much of those old things that have happened to you are going to affect this new relationship, or are you going to make peace with these things and resolve them and let go? Well, if you're going to do those things, you could have somebody that cares for you, somebody that loves you. And unfortunately, a lot of people find themselves in relationships going, oh shoot, I'm bringing the past into the present. Of course, it's falling apart. It's the weaponization of trauma. Trauma does not give you the ability to hurt others. It means that you need to realize that if you don't dive into why this has not been confronted, you will hurt others, and it's your responsibility to confront it. You'll be forgiven, of course, when you do something about it. But when you don't, that's just the weaponization. People will walk out. If they stay,